Yeah, I think the general management and consulting track at Mays is probably the most versatile track that we have, allowing students to graduate and work in a variety of fields, but also go deep into the area of management. And so the courses that we offer that are specifically to our track, we've got an advanced organizational behavior course that helps students evaluate their IQ and their EQ. So they're learning tactics and they're learning frameworks for studying organizations, but they're also doing that through their personal lens so they can understand their own bias, they can understand how to identify bias in others, and then how to lead them and how to lead change. One of the other courses is also related to organizational behavior, and that's organizational development and change and design. And so students in this course work to understand the vision and the values and the mission of a company, and then figure out how do you create the organization, how do you design the organization to be able to achieve that vision. In addition, they go really deep in change management and understanding what does it take to have massive change in an organization. It's not just having the right system, it's also having the empathy and the understanding of the human dynamics. We also have a management consulting course, and while a lot of our graduates don't go directly into consulting, they find that the skills that we focus on, which are people skills and problem solving skills, they find they work in just about any kind of management structure, and if they end up working in a support role, they find out that they are consultants anyway, internal consultants, staff functions. And so it's how do we build relationships with the people that we're serving, and then how do we adjust those frameworks, those problem solving frameworks. So the final course that we have in this track is project management, which is critical to, I think, any graduate as well. How do we become engaged in a project, manage the milestones, make sure that we're making the most of the human capital that we have and the talent that we have, but also the process so that we can make sure that the projects that we manage are effective and efficient. So I think the skills that we focus on developing with students apply to a broad number of fields and starting positions, because we work so much on critical thinking and problem solving, relationship development, strategy. All of those are pretty applicable. So we find our grads at the top consulting firms. I mean, certainly we do have recent graduates at E&Y, we've got BCG, we've got Accenture and Deloitte. So we do have a lot of students that go directly into consulting, but the vast majority do not initially, and they go into management training programs. We also find they do really well in marketing and sales positions. And if they want to get into financial planning, financial analysis. I can't think of an entry-level business job that our track graduates would not be suited for. General management and consulting track attracts a lot of different kinds of students with a lot of different interests and a lot of different backgrounds. And while most of our students don't go directly into consulting, it does occur. And I'm thinking right now of a student who came into my management consulting class and said, I don't want to be a consultant, I don't know what that life's about, sounds like they work too much. And as he dug into the course material and as he wrote a business plan to start a consulting business, by the end of that semester he had switched his entire focus, and he starts with Ernst & Young this year. So just like the jobs are varied that our students go into, so are the companies. I've mentioned some consulting companies that the students have gone into, but we do have people headed to the Boston Consulting Group and the rest of the top 4 consulting firms. I also know that we've got the smaller consulting firms, the regionals, that students often find themselves attracted to, but also we've got students heading to Google, we've got students heading to Cisco, we have students headed to Sewell Automotive, and so normally those are management trainee programs, but it's pretty much any business, anywhere. We've prepared our students for entry-level jobs.